Hi everybody, the Mature Simmer. Welcome back here to Riverview Farms in the VIP Order Manager series. If all goes according to plan, this will be it here on Riverview. Let's go and see what we've got going on. We're working to the VIP Order Manager mod, which is, think of this as the command center for that mod. You can see in level 18 we've made a little bit of a dent in our lettuce. We've already delivered a little over 12,000 liters of the 35,000 liters that the VIP wants for that. We've got straw and canola oil that we need to deliver. The goal of the series has been from day one to get through level 20. There's been interest expressed to actually plow through and do that, so I have been working toward that goal, but at this point, it's almost all deliveries at this point, and waiting for greenhouses, and then obviously delivering that product. We can already see level 21 because last episode we finished level 17, and then again made a little bit of a dent in the next piece. But it's going to take us probably a year and a half, 2 years for the lettuce to grow, and then we've got to start on tomatoes, and who knows how many years those are going to take, because the quantities are really getting up there. And that's part of what people wanted to see. So at this point, the only thing I have left between now and level 20 that I don't either have waiting for me or have to wait in the greenhouses for is this 41,000 liters of flour. Notice here we need 152,000 liters of barley. That's going to be important in the next few seconds. So if I go here, see I have over double the barley requirement I have in actual raw barley. That means I can take some of that barley and turn it into flour. Barley requires 30 units of barley to make 23 liters of flour. So to get 41,000 liters of flour, I need roughly 53,500 liters of barley. Just to be certain, make sure I don't have anything weird going on, that is what I will do. So I am going to get 53,500 liters of barley over to the grain mill and start producing flour. And then I'm going to start on these other two deliveries. So decided to take advantage of the fact that these are our last few moments here. They're going to seem like moments to you. They're probably going to honestly be an eternity to me because of the amount of time that's going to be required to get this done. But I'm going around a different way. So on the other side of this hill is the sawmill that we worked on, and the grain mill is right there. So as opposed to going down on the other side of the river, crossing back over the river, I figured, let's go through an area of the map that I've frankly never been to. I didn't even know how I might be able to get here to the grain mill, but this is how. So we're coming around here, and I think I could go up that way and around. I'm not quite sure that makes a lot of sense, but let's go on in a little bit of an adventure. Maybe this won't be as steep as some of the other things, because hauling 40,000 liters of grain up here is going to take a little bit of effort. So I know from one side it's pretty steep, but I'm hoping from this side it might be a little bit more manageable, and it seems to be right now. Let me hop in the cab here, since there's a lot of trees going on, but I know I've come around the other way. I guess we're still going to hit a little bit of a hill here, but yeah, this is still not too bad. Am I going around and not getting where I need to? Because I think the grain mill's up there. So this may have been more of a sightseeing trip than I thought. So this might not work out as well as I had been hoping, because this may simply take me completely around, and that's obviously not what I want to be doing. I want to be heading... Aha! There it is. I think that's the grain mill. So that actually wasn't too bad, although with a smaller load I'll come in a different way, for sure. But there you go. So something new. Figured I'd share that with you guys and let you enjoy that, because normally we come up that road there. I've come up the other way, but in a much more difficult manner. But I'm going to get this going, and as I said, we're going to get flour going, and you'll see me next time when we're delivering something else. So I'll see you in a bit. 13,000 liters of canola oil. So the biomass plant is over here by the sawmill. This is the last load of the straw that the level 18 VIP wants. So this should take care of that. We need about 160,000 liters. We've got 110, as you can see. There we go. So 2 of the 3, and now we're back to waiting to get everything fulfilled from the greenhouses. So see you in a bit. So getting on here till the end of the year, and we've got the 8,000 liters we need to get level 18 completed. And there we go, level 18 done. 129,000 is the bonus because it was kind of small. Next one's got 5. Big one again is gonna be the tomatoes. Alright, so early morning, and I'm beginning to haul the slurry that is needed for the VIPs this time. 464,000 to the BGA, which is almost in the opposite corner. I did take a look at potentially, since I have a good amount of money, about renting a larger tanker, because I thought, well, if I could find, like, say, a 60,000 or 80,000 liter tanker, at least that would be a lot fewer trips. Biggest tanker available, unless I go spend time to go find something right now, is 30,000 liters, so it's not significantly bigger than this. I mean, yes, it's another 20%, I guess, 40%, I don't know, but in the end, because this is just going to operate as a an automated thing while I do other pieces, I can continue to make progress, and we'll see where things are at some point when I'm done, but the hope is this will just keep moving along. So I'm just going to keep working here and getting cheese loaded, and there goes the slurry tanker here at Moondogs to deliver the cheese. And you can also see we've delivered some of the slurry already, so we're down from 464. Cheese is done, almost 4.5 million pounds. Alright, so we potentially have a little bit of a challenge here in that I think the planks are full. So it's going to take, oh boy, took really nothing. Alright, so I have 9,000 liters of furniture, and I'm going to have to basically put these planks here to let them get delivered over time. Alright, so I've got planks laying around, I've got furniture laying around because the furniture can't be done till next time. You can see I'm at 400,000, just under 401,000 on the slurry. So I was hoping to have the planks done. And the only other thing I can do is start moving some milk. So collecting the milk, you can see slurry's getting dumped. Created some automation for this part as well. So there's nothing here. This is just kind of, I've created the loop here. I added the loop by the dairy. So we'll follow this along, or we'll just make sure it works. But basically it should drop the milk there. And now it should head back, pick up milk, because this is only 8,000 liters in this tanker. And I need 69,000, so this is going to take 9 trips. but I need like 20 trips for the, you know, probably even more than that for the other piece. Whoops, what am I missing here? Alright, well, this is leaving with the slurry. Alright, and so when you reset things, you've got to go ahead and go back to the dairy drops. So I've got to go back to the Viking dairy. So let me restart it. And so this is kind of what you do, and you play with your auto drive routes until you get it to be able to work and see what's going on. So this is going to go ahead and go back here, empty again, go around, go to the dairy, and then come back. So then we'll see if it can continue on, because obviously it thought it was going back to milk fill, but it did not make it. So I didn't look when it left before, but you can see 1.5 minutes to loading point. Milk fill is blue. Okay, it's continuing. So it could have been the path, or it could have been the fact that there was a vehicle on the other segment, which is always a challenge. Now, it may wait, it may be intelligent enough. This is, you know, where we're going to have a little bit of a challenge, because I've never had two running at the same time. So this segment is shared. It's a dual direction. There isn't enough room to really put two vehicles on this road. So it's just going to be a little bit of tap dancing around and manually doing things. But hopefully this will get to the milk fill. Alright, so the good news is it's going around the loop here. You know, the challenge is, however, it's slow because it's near buildings, it's near obstacles, so he doesn't have milk. So it went to milk fill, but it didn't fill. Why? So what that probably means is I don't hit the I'm not hitting the fill point when I'm on here. So let's see. This is the part I don't like, because I don't think there's a way to get it to change. So let's see. Like if I go here, let's say I'm here. Will it not? No, it fills. Oh, well, let's see. Let's reset that. So it's possible that it had a problem there. Now it should go and drop. The challenge we have is he's coming back, so he has to leave this segment before he arrives, or we potentially have a problem. And worst case, I was just going to then manually drive around each other, because as I said, this is only going to happen for a bit. If this was early on in the series, it might be worth architecting something that works. Alright, he's still got to get around the town and then come around. I think we'll be fine. It slows down because basically I think every intersection, every potential intersection, it's looking for traffic. So I don't think here, since this is a field entrance, it does anything. But for the other pieces, it does. And so this is, you know, a way to get this work done. So again, there's a road there. It slows down. But now we're getting down here to the main roadway. And we're not seeing the other one on the mini-map yet, so it's not even here at the turn. But the question is it going to know where to go? Yes, it's now on the segment. You can see what it's referring to. Now it's going there, and then will it drop? Will it, and then we know it will be able to return. It's just a question of whether it can pick up or not, and I may have to move the pickup point back a little bit. That may be the problem. So you can see on the mini-map, slurry tankers getting to the bridge, so we could have a potential conflict when this drops, that the slurry tanker won't have left the farm yet and gotten back off the bridge again. Alright, there we go. We're dropping. It's a VIP order. It's working properly. So at least the delivery is accurate. Should get us to 61,000 liters. The nice thing is we are getting paid, so we're getting about 18,000 per tanker. But as I said, we're going to need 9 runs to basically get 72,000. Now this, in theory, should be able to go in on the farm, because he's going to go onto the farm and then he's going to take a different path on the farm to go fill the slurry. I mean, they share a portion, but they don't share all of it. Alright, so he is starting. And we'll just keep an eye on the mini-map, because otherwise I think they will just collide with each other. I don't think there's enough intelligence in auto drive to stop that. But, alright, so he's already at the fill point. It doesn't look like he's leaving yet, because he has to get around, he has to fill the 21,000 liters, and then he'll take off. But I think, again, he leaves the same way I leave. So that's part of the challenge, too. Just kind of watching for any hint of movement, because now we'll be able to see each other. So he's there. Now I am off on my little piece here. He has not left slurry in yet. And I forget how long it takes to fill that, but we're going to have to see and keep an eye out here in case he tries to take off. So he's coming, you can hear him. Alright, he filled up. Let's see, now they're in each other's way, so I had to stop him, otherwise there would have been a problem. But he did fill, so that's the most important thing. So this time it did work. And now they're gonna follow each other out and go do their own thing, because one's gonna turn left, one's gonna turn right. And at this point, when they're following each other, like, they should not run into each other here. Obviously the slurry tanker's taken off. This is also speeding up around the turn here. And then we're gonna have those little areas where it checks and slows down and make sure there isn't traffic. So they're all going to do that. So it's not the most efficient way to do it, but it keeps you from having to drive everything. Because in the interim, like, if I know everything's running relatively well, I can start loading the tomatoes onto the flatbed, which is sitting over by the greenhouses. I don't think I'm going to have a full load by the time at least the milk is done. I think the slurry is going to take more than a full day to transport. So this is what I mean about a lot happening while things are going on. So I'm going to have to babysit these. Obviously there's going to be things going on, but the nice thing is, like, he's driving the slurry, he's going to the left, like right now he's going to deliver the milk, and he'll come back and loop around long before the other one even gets to the BGA. I mean, this is a shorter run, so the milk, I think, is going to get done before the end of the day. But the slurry, I think, is going to keep chugging along. So I will keep doing that. I think I've shared with you enough of the logistics of what's happening, but I'll be back in a little bit when there's something that I feel I'd like to share. Back here you can see it's 4 p.m. or so. It's January though, so it's getting dark. Slurry guys are right behind us. We are taking the last load here. We only need 4,000 liters, but he's already filled it. Again, if I was staying on the map, I might take the time to loop around, eliminate what I don't need, go from there, but I am not doing that, so I am just going to let him do this, and there's still 242,000 liters of milk, so I think we're going to be all right. But most important thing is this will get a second of the 5 VIP orders done. So basically in a couple months, and the only reason we went into the other months is I knew that things were going to take some time, so I didn't want to have anything that I was showing at night if I didn't need it to be. You know, I'll probably let the slurry run for a little while, but I'm sure we're going to be waiting many months to get all the tomatoes done. I had basically 4,500 liters of tomatoes. So they produce faster than lettuce, but they still take some time. But here we go. We will get this done, and then we'll be in great shape here for the VIPs in level 19. We'll have 2 greens in but a moment. There we go. So he's done, he's complete, and at this point I've just got him changed to heading back to the farm entrance so that I don't have to drive back unless I need to do that. He's got his turn signal on, so they do follow directions and rules of the road with auto drive. It's nice. You know, in my Mega VIP series, I was doing a lot of automation because it's just the nature of it. Otherwise, it's just so much effort to manually do things. Whoa, that deer got crushed by that trailer there. Hope it's okay. It seemed to run out the other side. Not a very smart little deer. But I think we're down to a little over 300,000 on the slurry. Yeah, actually into the 200, because yeah, we got 168 done out of 464. Alright, he's reached the entrance. I will now obviously take over, and I will get this over there. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore, but we'll get this parked and out of the way. A little too close to the edge there, but we'll leave that, and we're all set. It looks very different without the trees around here, I'll tell you that. It used to be really challenging. I mean, in the winter it's a little bit more open anyway, but I'll get this over now to the tomatoes, because at this point planks are there, they just need to be processed. And if you recall, basically you kind of sometimes need to hop over for it to grab some. I know I have to wait a while, so I haven't moved it, so there can be more of those planks consumed than what I have. So there we go. Slurry's getting poured in again, and you can see we're below 300,000. So at this point, that's what needs to get done, and then I can move along faster through the tomatoes and so forth. So I'm really just going to kind of let this keep going with the slurry, probably overnight or however long it takes, and then we'll see where we're at with the tomatoes. We'll update the planks and so forth, and I'll just keep going. But I'll be back here after significant progress probably has been made. Alright, so we're going to head over to the carpentry location. And we're going to see... Let's see. Is this it? Is this as good as it's going to get? It looks like, wow, this is taking a really long time. Not what I was expecting. But yes, the planks are full. But we've got the tomatoes that I've taken care of. I just haven't been paying attention to what's been happening here. So yeah, it's only used 4,000 of the planks. Okay, so I moved forward another 3 months and only consumed another 3,000 plus, so it's doing about 1,000 planks a day, or a month. So it's taking quite a bit. Now, let me just make sure. Yeah, I mean, it's also going to fill up, so I do have to be careful, so I'm going to have to keep moving furniture, because that is going to continue to be a problem. Alright, so let me keep going until we get all these planks done. Alright, so we're getting here to 1,400 planks. I can't even keep track. I think it's been like a year and a half. So the problem you can see is, like, we're going through a lot of money every day just in keeping the farm running. So this is a little bit of what starts to happen here, it looks like, as well. Alright, here it comes. There we go. So 252,000. And then, so almost gets us to 5 million pounds, but we really used a lot there. So, final level. Let's get moving on it. I've got some wood chips sitting by Moondogs, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So yeah, I actually need to get several flatbed products over here to stews, so I'm going to work on those, and then the wood chips are sitting over at Moondogs, but I think I'm actually going to finish with wood chips and barley. You know, have those be the last things, because once again I can just have things moving quickly with an automated loop. So I've finished up everything here at Stews. The end is near. I'm excited. Hope you're excited as well. But yeah, I had been stacking up the honey along the sheepfold, and so been moving that over. And then, obviously, the flour was getting produced over at the mill. So all of that is in good shape. So we're down to wood chips and barley. Well, and ultimately, I suppose, now that I think about this, I could just kind of leave this here, because we're leaving shortly, so I don't really want to worry about tidying things up too much, because at this point we are just driving forward to get done, and we're going to spend some time discussing things at the end, so I don't want to make the episode too terribly long. So let me get to Moondogs. Alright, so I am here. I'm going to get this connected and get this over to the pit, which should be where it would take it for something that I can dump. Alright, well, this could get interesting. It's not indicating that it's going to take these wood chips anywhere. Let's see, maybe it'll go to the pallet location. Okay, yes, interesting. Obviously this doesn't look like a pallet item, but it's taking it. So we had 109,000 liters, so with a 40,000 liter trailer, that's going to take 3 loads, and then the barley is going to take 4 loads. Alright, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to get all of this done, but I will be back here as we're getting ready to get rid of our last load of barley, and we'll see where things are at, and we'll start to wrap things up. It's going to, again, take a little bit of time here. A lot of it will still probably be off camera and so forth, because in the end, you know, I think we're going to sell off Riverview Farm here, or my uncle's farm, and someone else can start anew on what we've got. But we'll get to sell the land, get to sell all this equipment, because moving somewhere, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to bring a lot of things with us. So we're either going to buy a farm that has some material on it already, start from scratch. Not entirely sure yet exactly what's going to happen for VIP Order Manager Series 2. So I am here. This should be it for level 20, and this should end our target for the VIP series at Riverview Farms. So there we go. The other 4 items are complete. We're going to get 254,300 pounds as a bonus once we're done here. There we go. And if we were continuing, you can see level 21. So I'm going to shut off the tractor here. So if we take a look at what we have, so we've got wool, honey, flour, furniture, milk, wood, and grass. Again, some challenging amounts for sure if we needed to do things. You know, I think we've got the milk. Wood would take a bit of time. Now level 22 has 547,000 liters of slurry compared to 464,000. We just did 24,000 liters of planks. There's also 147,000 liters of silage that we'd need to actually put into our TMR mixing station. That's interesting. So it's good to see that. But yeah, we'd have to grow some canola. We'd have to create some sunflower oil, which means we'd have to grow some sunflowers. Have a ton of lettuce again. We actually don't have any greenhouse products that we'd have. And these grapes, when we did the entire vineyard that we had, we got about 11,000 liters of grapes off of those vines. So that means we'd have to harvest those vines 11 times to fulfill that level 22 order. So you can start to see the challenges. And then level 23, we've got grape juice, 631,000 liters of straw. Again, we just did 347,000 liters. And then a lot of manure. We haven't had any manure requirements until now. That's coming up. More furniture. Sunflower oil, canola, soybeans, and milk for level 24. So it definitely can be a mixed bag, but that gives us the view, and I know there were at least 1 or 2 of you that said you'd like to see what those orders are. And so it's still, you know, level 21, level 22, like those would be massive amounts of work to really get all that done. And yes, we're getting over 750,000 pounds to do that. But wow. So yeah, I don't think continuing past level 20 would be something that would be really, really doable. So all that's left to do as we say goodbye to Riverview here is to sell the farm off and see where we end up. So I'm going to be out here by the farmhouse, and we're just going to call everybody, auction everything off on the farm, and we'll see what things look like. So selling off our tractors definitely did a lot of good things for us here. And that Massey, that was the workhorse. 91.8 hours. No owned items. So about 306,000 pounds of vehicles. Definitely not a lot, but there were a lot of things that were used. It's about everything is sold. The house is it. The ground is all set and ready to be used by someone else. So we had a lot of fun here, a lot of hard work, a lot of exploring the VIP order manager for the first time. Definitely enjoyed the journey. Hope you enjoyed the journey as well. But it is now time to say goodbye. So the last thing to do is to get the land sold. So that is it. No farm area. And so in the end here, we leave Riverview with 8,404,322 pounds. Now some of that certainly was the farm that our uncle gave us and the land and so forth. Looks like Emile Bourdon has already purchased this field, so the good news is the residents of Riverview are jumping right in, and they will turn all of this into something that they will continue to use going forward. But it is time for me to embark on a new adventure. Now, I'm taking this money with me, which is going to make things easier going forward, but that should then just simply let us be able to start with the VIPs in our new location faster, and maybe with some more capabilities. Obviously, if we're in an area that has a little bit more room, I could use bigger equipment. While that money looks pretty substantial, you just really never know. And with that, I will see you next time.